All right. We will call the property committee meeting to order at 5:01. We have all members present except for Bell, Duffy, and O'Neill, so we do have a quorum. Do we have any appearances by members of the public or county employees?
Chair Abel, we have had no requests this evening.
Thank you. We will go to item 3, the consent agenda, approval of the minutes from October 7th regular meeting, and B, recommend approval of bills and transfers, if any, to the county board. Is there a motion? By member Lehman, seconded by member Tompkins. Any questions? All right, all those in favor of 3A and B, the consent agenda, please say aye. Any opposed? All right, that passes. Move on to departmental matters, 4A, with Mr. Steffa, Directors of Park and Recreation. There are no items to be presented by action, but would you like to talk about your monthly report?
Sure. Good afternoon. First off, I'd like to thank Kathy Dreyer for helping write another grant. This one's a tourism grant, and she helped me out quite a lot. So thank you. I always like to give praise if it's deserved. So other than that, we're just going into hibernation mode next week, or we're starting to shut everything down in the park. Kind of hoping this weather would last a while, but doesn't look like it's going to. So other than that, I will tell you, I'm sorry I forgot to put pictures of the new playground in my packet. I promise they'll be in next month, because I'll have pictures of the new security cameras up and the new electric campsites in the back campground. Should be finished by then as well. So other than that, I will also have next month, like I do every year, the end of the year totals for comparison over the last 5 years to see how we're doing. I can tell you we had another really good year. So other than that, I would be more than happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions or comments?
I'll make a comment.
Go
I
ahead.
was out there on the last day you could rent a boat and do things, and it is just a gem. It's just an absolute gem of a facility that we've got. It's almost state park level at the county. It's really good. You guys do a great job.
All right. Anyone else? All right. Thank you very much. We will move on to 4B with our facilities management. There's one item to be presented for action. 4B 1A, request approval of the proposal from PIPCO for the air handler replacement project at the McLean County Museum of History building. This was tabled from our October meeting. Can I have a motion to put that back on the floor by member Lehman? Is there a second? By Mr. Bangert. And we will throw it over to you.
Thank you. We have come down to two options for the air handlers. It's my understanding our rental contract is heating and cooling, so that's what we're providing, but the museum caretakers have requested that additional options be presented for consideration. The option that we found is called a hot gas option, and to not get into too much in the weeds, an air conditioner removes heat from the building. A lot of people think it adds cold air, but it's actually removing heat. It dumps it out to the fan via the refrigerant, and then it is dispersed from there. This adds a secondary piping system, so some of that heat can be captured before it's just thrown outside. If they are cooling and it reaches set point, the unit stops running, and it doesn't matter what the humidity level is at. This will allow them, or it allows some of that heat to be mixed in with that cooling air, extending the runtime, and in turn dehumidifying as it does that. So I've broken it down into four options. We have a base bid. Option one is just the heating or the cooling units. Option two is the base bid and an alternate. So because we had a $30,000 budget, we asked for a bid for 2 units because we were pretty confident we could afford that within the budget. We asked for an alternate for a 3rd unit because we have one that is acting up. It's still currently running, but we think it's close to failure. So basically, option 2 is the base bid plus the alternate. And then option 3 would be the hot gas base bid with 2 units. And option 4 would be the base bid and the option hot gas. So it would be a total with all the options and the 3 units of $52,600. Because of the $30,000 budget, we didn't want to just move forward with that and leave it up to our reps to make the decision. Any questions about that?
So for,
Administrator Taylor?
for clarity, the agenda item doesn't have the pricing, but the proposal that was presented last month was just the base bid plus the alternate. Is that correct?
Correct. Those sheets that they have, the proposals, are the 2 options. And basically, I've broken out 2 options per page.
Okay.
If we include those 3 together, or just the 2. Sorry, I'm trying to simplify as much as I can. It's kind of bouncing around here. But
Any questions? Member Tompkins?
Yes, sir. In light of the facility that this is going into, the museum, there are a lot of irreplaceable documents and photographs, et cetera. Perhaps having the option that provides the dehumidification would be desirable.
by all
Rather
means,
than-
yes, it's definitely desirable. If budget allows, it would be the best route to go. They've had some mold issues in some of their storage of photographs and things like that and books. So this would help alleviate that.
Member Lehman?
Thank you. What is the overall, is there a differentiation on the shelf life of options?
No,
Okay.
no, the
so-
lifespan would be the same.
Awesome. And then I think this next question is a little bit more for, maybe for administration on the cost. So it is an increased cost to do the hot gas option. What is the information that we need to know and or consider before going forward with theoretically putting on the table a hot gas option that is going to be a little bit more expensive? Where would those funds come from? Is the museum, have they shared a willingness to adjust funds from elsewhere to help support this? Or what are we looking at financially to be able to get the option that is important for the work that they're doing in the museum?
So the budgeted amount for this project for this building was $30,000, as Scott had mentioned. And so this would be the county coming up with another $22,600 to support this improvement. The museum does look for grants when they can to the enhancements that they would like to make outside of our contractual obligations within this building. Unfortunately, for this project, I'm not aware of them. I'm not aware of any grants being available, and I'm not aware of them seeking any. So it would be the county's responsibility for that additional $22,600.
Do we have any concerns about the additional 22.6? Would we have to, cut something else? Is there something else would be at risk if we decide to go with the upgraded hot air option?
I haven't done an in-depth analysis of where we are for the end of this fiscal year for the facilities department or that particular budget. So when we have a project coming in over budget, there are several options or strategies that you can take. One would be to postpone a project. For this amount, for the 22.6, my guess would be that it would be absorbed into some other lines that are under budget, or we would have to move money from the general fund to cover these costs.
Member Lehman?
Thanks. Is there a possibility, so since you have it broken down into base bids, unit number 1 and number 2, and then alternate bid, unit number 3, is it possible to go forward right now with the project covering unit number 1 and number 2? That way, it's only 6,000 over the initial amount that we allocated for it. And then theoretically, taking unit number 3 as an action maybe for the 26 budget and see if that 15,000 could come from allocated facilities for 26. So that way we're not general funding. Is it something that the project can be broken up over time, or is it really need to be all done?
Yes, originally I wanted 2 units. Like I said, we just entertained the third to see if we could squeeze it in, not knowing what the cost would come in exactly as. But there's no reason we can't just do the 2 units with the hot gas option. And yes, that would be $6,700 more, if my math is correct.
So that's option 3, which is 2 units plus the hot gas.
Correct.
Okay.
Do we know if the museum feels confident that 2 units with hot gas would be sufficient to cover the need of the dehumidification?
In those areas only. The existing units do have some dehumidification in them. They're Data Air units that are no longer manufactured. These are Climate Master. There's a couple companies that have filled the void for Data Air, but those areas it will dehumidify as needed.
Okay. Any other questions? Member Lehman?
So would we go ahead and hold on unit number 3? What would be the overall timeline? Like, how long would it be comfortable for us to hold off on doing unit number 3? Is it something that like, it's okay for maybe for the next year or so? Does it have a longer lifespan? Is it a little bit more tenuous?
It's well over its lifespan already. Honestly, it could quit tomorrow or it could run another couple years. We don't have indications other than mechanical issues that are still operating, but aren't to their full capacity. And due to the age and the company no longer in business, we can't even get repair parts. So that's a bit of a worry. We're obviously pulling what parts we can use off of other units. That might limp us through. It's really difficult to predict that. I'd hate to say, no, it'll be fine, it'll run, and then tomorrow it dies. But something to think about is, we're coming into the winter season, so that'll buy us a little time. I can't say they don't need any cooling in there, but it is very little, if any. I don't know how to provide a better answer than that.
No, that's great. May I have a follow-up?
Mhm.
Are there, if we were to break the project up over time, would we be missing out on potential cost savings of doing it all at once because folks are already out for labor and it's, no
It's a
service
factor.
charge?
It's definitely a factor. The preparation, the travel, things like that, you do save, but it's minimal. I don't think it would affect the decision as an overall.
We have another?
Yep, go ahead.
So curious from administration's point of view then, if we were to go ahead and break this out over the course of 2 parts of the project, are there theoretical funds that are maybe planned for 26 that could be discussed as being earmarked for this? Or would it be more of a thing of when the time comes and we're like, whew, we really need to fix it now, we would just be borrowing from the general fund in the future anyway, unless we allocated for 27.
So I would turn that back to Scott and to staff. I don't recall off the top of my head what we have budgeted for that building for 2026. You might remember better than I.
Yeah, 2026 is 50,000. and 27 is 50,000, and 28 is 50,000. And we planned on doing, obviously, a few units at a time or whatever the money would allow. These became a priority because they failed. We've been using temporary units for cooling and needed to get these pushed through. The 30,000 was just a little short of what we needed for all 3 units.
So there would be funds available for continuation of these plans into the next several years.
Well, at this juncture, would like to maybe make a motion that we consider the suggested option of base bid units number 1 and 2, hot gas option, totaling $36,700, which would then put alternate bid unit number 3, hot gas option, totaling $15,900, earmarked for 26 funds, if we can. Is that an appropriate way to make that motion?
Yes.
Is there a second on that motion? By Member Bangert.
Okay.
All those in favor? Oh, sorry. Comments or questions about that motion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That does pass. Thank you very much.
So you'd need another vote for the original.
To make the amendment, okay.
So you just need you've already got your Lehman and Bangert for the first motion, so you just need another vote
Okay,
as amended.
so now we're going to vote on 4B1A as amended. Do we need a motion for that
Nope,
too?
you already
Okay.
got it.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that passes. Thank you. All right, thanks.
Mhm.
4B1B, request approval of proposal for professional design services, renovation of the McLean County Fairview building. Can I have a motion, please? By Member Lehman, seconded by Member Tompkins, and we'll take it back over to you.
Thank you. We had a great amount of interest in this project. We were very fortunate. There was 13 different architecture firms that were competing. We narrowed it down, and then we did extensive interviews and decided as a group to move forward with Design Mavens for the architecture. This is the request for the first 2 stages of their design, and we would like to proceed.
Questions or comments?
Actually, yes.
Member Tompkins?
What was the one thing that set Design Mavens above the others, in your opinion?
It definitely wasn't one thing. I mean, we did our checklist, we did a numbering system, we talked it through. Fortunately, we all came to a consensus. I really can't pinpoint one thing. It was just the overall excitement and professionalism, and I think they're gonna be a great partner in this project.
Any other questions, comments? Member Lehman?
More so just a comment again. I love hearing that this organization is really excited about the project. I know there's a lot of excitement on this side, and I know there's excitement on your team's side as well. So love that an organization's gonna get involved that is seemingly passionate about such an interesting and an important kind of renovation that will give us the stuff that we really need here in the county. So thank you for the work that you and the administration did in fielding all those bids.
Any other questions or comments? All right, all those in favor of 4B1B, request approval of proposal for professional design services for the renovation of the McLean County Fairview building, please say aye. Aye, and that passes. We'll go to 4B2, the monthly report from facilities.
Quite a bit in here. Forgive me, there's no pictures. We didn't really have anything worth taking photos of, but I can assure you everything's still cranking along. Other than that, just any questions you guys had about it or need any follow-up on anything for the report, let me know.
Any questions, comments, follow-up? All right, thank you very much. We will go to 4C, 1A. Can we do A1 and A2 together?
We can.
A1 and A2, and so that is request approval of the fiscal year 2026 recommended budget for the PBC Lease Fund 0161, including A1, the Law and Justice Building Department 0045, Law and Justice Building Program 0050, and A2, the Government Building Department 0115, and Government Center Program 0115. Is there a motion, please? By Member Lehman, second by Member Bangert, and we will hand it over to Administrator Taylor.
Thank you. So this is just the lease fund for our Public Building Commission, who manages all of our buildings for the county. And this is just the standard lease agreements and what we have budgeted based on all of the feedback from the previous month's property committee where you approved those budgets.
Thank you. Any questions or comments for Administrator Taylor? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of 4C1A, A1, and A2, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, that passes. We'll go to 4C1B, request approval of the fiscal year 2026 recommended budget for the PBC Rent/O&M Fund 0162, including B1, the Facilities Maintenance Department, 0041, Juvenile Detention Program, 0022, and B2, the Facilities Maintenance Department, 0041, 200 West Front Street Building, 0046, and B3, the Facilities Maintenance Department 0041 Courthouse Program 0049, and B4, the Facilities Maintenance Department 0041 Fairview Building 0051, and B5, the Facilities Maintenance Department 0041 Animal Control Program 0065, and B6, the Law and Justice Building Department 0045, Law and Justice Building Program 0050, and B7, the Government Building Department 0115, Government Center Program 0115. Is there a motion? By Member Tompkins, second. By Member Lehman, and we will hand it back over to Administrator Taylor.
This is the second part of that agreement with the PBC that deals with the Operations and Maintenance Fund.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? All right, seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? All right, that one passes. Moving on to 4C2A, any other items to be presented for information?
I have no other information tonight.
Thank you very much.
I'm
Moving
sorry,
on.
I have one item.
Oh, sure.
I just want to let you guys know that our fire pump automatic controller has failed. It's probably going to have to be an emergency procurement. They're working on a price for us right now. The unit has to be manually started. We have trained, it's in the jail. So we have trained the jail staff. All our guys are trained. If activated, they just need to go in and flip a lever to manually start that pump. Bloomington Fire inspectors are aware of it. The fire department is aware of it.
So in the case of an emergency procurement like this, I'm allowed to sign, or is the county board chair? And then once we have those invoices and costs, we will bring that to committee for approval. But in the case of an emergency, we handle the emergency and explain it to the committee when first available.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone have questions? Member Lehman?
I'm so sorry. Help me understand, what is the functionality of the fire pump? Is that like what makes the water go to the sprinklers to?
Yeah, there's just not enough pressure in domestic water that feeds to the building. When you have a multi-story building, they need some pump assistance. So the sprinkler will work, but it's not going to envelop a full area that it needs to without the pump.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? All right. Thank you very much for that information. We will move on to 5 other business and communications. Our next meeting date will be December 2nd at 5 p.m. And we are now going to do a tour of the History Museum, and we will be going off our live stream, and we will adjourn from the History Museum.
Yep, so we'll be recessing now until we convene over at the museum.
So we'll recess now and then reconvene at the museum. Thank you very much.